All right, so let's walk through the timeline together to understand how artificial intelligence actually evolved step by step. So, um, in the very beginning, so if we have to talk about 1642, we have to go way, way back. In 1642, um, so we had an mathematician who was Blaise Pascal, who created the first mechanical calculators. Now, obviously, this wasn't AI, but it was important because it showed that machines could do certain calculations. This French mathematician was the inventor of these mechanical calculators, which somehow showed that the machines could do some calculations, something humans normally do with their brain, they think. And this was kind of like the first step towards the artificial intelligent machines. Now, the second part comes in 1837. First programmable idea came. Fast forward to in 1836, Charles Babbage designed the idea of programmable machine, and Ada Lovelace wrote the first program as we know. So why does this matter? Because now machines were not just calculating, they were just being instructed to do something. This is basically the foundation of modern programming. So now if we jump to 1943, right here, scientists like Warren McColl or Walter Pitts introduced a model that connected how the human brain worked with computing. This is important because this idea later inspired neural networks, and which are a big part of AI today. So here people started thinking, what if machines could think like brains? Now, in 1950, Alan Turing asked a very famous question, that can machines think? So this is very important, that he had this idea if machines could think. So he introduced the Turing test, which checks whether a machine behavior is intelligent enough to make mistakes, to be mistaken for a human. So this was huge because this is where AI stopped being just as a theory and started becoming a serious field of study. In 1955, the term artificial intelligence came in 1955. The term artificial intelligence was officially introduced. So it's not something that we are hearing this in 2025. It was way back. This history belongs, the term artificial intelligence, the name itself is almost 100 years old. So this is when AI became a recognized research area, not just random experiments. People believed machines could someday reason, think, and solve problems like humans. In 1965, there was an interesting thing happened. This one is really, really interesting because in 1963, Eliza was created, one of the first chat programs. Very few people actually know about this. This could have basic conversation with humans. Of course, it wasn't like the smart ChatGPT, but at that time, people were shocked that a machine could, talk. So conversational AI basically started there. So it's really amazing that it has a very enriched history. In 1960s, expert systems came. So in 1980s, AI researchers focused on expert systems. These were systems designed to imitate human being or human experts in specific fields like medicine or engineering. They worked using rules, not learning, but still this showed that machines could make decisions in limited domains. And also this was very important because before that, it was not actually applied, and it was not that it was not actually used in different fields, but now in 1980s the things were started to be used. In 1997, something historic happened. IBM's Deep Blue defeated the world chess champion Gary. So it was really a revolution, because a grandmaster was defeated by an artificial intelligence. So that provided that machines could outperform humans in complex strategies-based works. So it was huge confidence boost for AI researchers. In 2002, if you talk about self-driving cars, in 2002, self-driving cars came after that in 2009, but in 2002, robots like Roomba were introduced, machines that could move, sense obstacles, and make decisions. This is where AI becomes practical, not just academic. So in 2009, self-driving cars came in. Google started working on self-driving cars. This combined vision, decision making, and learning all together. So it showed that AI could handle real world uncertainty, that not just for rule-based games or just some smaller works. It could actually do some larger works, and it can be utilized in those things as well. In 2011, IBM's Walton Moon quiz show, Jeopardy! This was impressed because Watson had to understand natural language, not just numbers. Around this time, personal assistants like Siri also started to become popular. In 2014, Goodfellow introduced GAN, which was like a generative adversarial networks. This pushed AI into creativity. I think it was just generating images, faces, and contents. This was deep learning really started to dominate AI, not just in 2023 or 2022. It was way before than that. In 2016, AlphaGo defeated a world champion in the game Go. So Go is much more complex than chess. So this proved how powerful deep learning and reinforcement learning can be. This moment convinced many people that AI had reached a new level. In 2018, AI had entered universities, research labs, and phones, healthcare, education. AI is no longer just a future technology. It's just everywhere, and it has become a very important day-to-day life. So if you look at the timeline as a whole, you will notice something. AI didn't suddenly appear. It just evolved slowly from calculators to logic to learning to intelligence. Each step was a prior step, and it gave the foundation of the next step. So, and today's AI is the result of hundreds of years of ideas, not just recent breakthrough that happened. So this is the overall history of artificial intelligence.